Hi, this is Paul with Clean Claims. We're excited to show you version 3 of our software. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to walk you through a couple key areas here. The first one's going to be in the admin setup area. So you can come right up here to admin. Now, previously you would click My Organization or Project Configuration and then click In. Now we've simplified that. So you can see here my account settings, my users, all that different items that you have in your My Organization are now under one tab, and you can just scroll at the different tabs up here at the top. Same thing for your project configurations. You can now see your settings, documents, report templates, any of your scoping items, any of your project contacts, all right here in one page, cutting down the amount of clicks you need. So within the settings, this is probably one of the more important ones you'll see, is if you want to create a new loss type now, you simply come to Manage Loss Type, where you can see all the different loss types you have. I would just simply come in, create, whatever that loss type name would be, and simply hit Save. Now, once you create that loss type, right here in this drop-down menu, you will be able to actually scroll through all the different residential, commercial, and default loss types in here. So the default loss type, these are basically if you create a loss type and you don't set something up, this gives a fallback to it. Now, what you want to do is still come in here and say, all right, we want residential or commercial. And then I can come in and just filter out by, let's say this is a test. It'll basically pull this directly up to you. Or you can just simply come in, hit all, and see all my residential job types in here. So this way you can search, go through, find these. We'll go to our residential test. And then within here, you'll see a new cleaner Outlook, being able to find all those different settings that you want to have required. So if I want to come in and say I want my initial outdoor reading and I want images, and let's say I want this daily, you just simply click on those. You'll notice the green Save tab up at the top. That means this is now saved. You don't have to hit save, anything of that. It automatically saves as you click and unclick. So once you come in, set this, any new projects going forward will have all these different settings applied. And then if you come into rooms, you'll see you'll have our readings broken down here, equipment, our media. So this is our before, during, and after video, our Rico 360 integration. And then our documentation is whether you want daily notes in that room, manual dimensions and floors, our sketch feature or scope. Again, remember, if it's checked, it is required. So if it's not something you want to require your guys to do not check it, because if it is, it's going to make them do that, or you can't close the project. On a residential loss, if you click on levels, this is where you'll see if you want your DHU recommendations on. On a commercial loss, this is where the levels has a lot more power to it. And then also you have your contents, where you can select what key items you have to have on those contents items. But this is a good, easy way to be able to come in, see all that different information. Same thing with the documents, allow you to see all your documents as well. So a lot cleaner, less clicks, trying to make things a little bit easier for you. Now, diving actually into a project, you'll see this is where you'll see the biggest update. So you'll be able to actually see any of the rooms in here. You'll notice any of the requirements. It'll be highlighted in red right there at the top. And then within the monitoring, so you can see we need to get 3 readings today. I can actually see all these readings in just a very simple line-by-line items. But if I click Show Charts, this will actually allow you to see all the different charts that are in here. I can view any of the readings that were coming in or add a reading. Or if I just want to see a very quick, don't need to see the charts, just want to see the numbers that are in there, this allows you to see it in a more condensed view. Same thing for equipment, allow you to come in, pick up equipment, see all the images, edit any of the equipment that's in there. Scoping items as well, you can put any of your scope items, choose your which price sheet you have, any macros, be able to search through, find all that info. Contents, very similar to how we had it before, and same thing with notes. You can simply go in, add any notes that are needed, be able to filter through any of these. And then up here at the top, you're used to the project actions that were down at the bottom. Now you can simply see all this in one place. So if I click on projects, this pulls up the project setting page where you can see the image of the front of the structure, any customer uploads, which if you don't know about our customer upload link, definitely reach out to us, be happy to show you. You can see your dry standards, any outdoor readings you need, any project scopes, project contents, tasks, and then any project notes are all now here in this projects tab up at the top. Then if I click areas, this will pull you directly back to your rooms. So this is where I'll be able to toggle between all the different rooms and levels by simply just clicking area. And then the menu bar, this will take over a lot of where the project action items came from. So I can see my sales calls complete. I'm right here in my mitigation and monitoring. I know the next two steps will be the review and submit, and then the final inspection to complete and close this file. I'll be able to edit any project details right here, which this is a good page because a lot of our clients will switch loss types. You can now edit the project number, project name, and then those loss type in the right here within the screen instead of having to go back to the sales call, clicking in, making it easier and more effective. You can always update the class and category as well, because we all know sometimes until we get to the job site, we don't know exactly what those are. This allows you to do that simply right in here. Now, this may require admin access, so please contact your team if that's something you don't have. Also here in the menu, you'll be able to come in, you'll see any dates, manage any documents, or sign any documents in here. You can assign teams, and then you can now hit our view totals. So this shows our total scope, total contents, and then total equipment as well, giving you a little bit more of a condensed all in one place totals page. And then also in menu, you'll notice up here at the top, if I need to refresh the app, I can simply do that by clicking refresh. If I need to come in here and run a report, I can simply hit reports. You'll be able to go through, create any of these reports, generate, edit any templates, anything that you're typically used to in CleanClaims. And then also if I come here to menus and you can see the settings tab right here, this will allow you to go in and see all those project settings you have set for this project. So not a whole lot of change, just moved a couple things around. If you have any questions, we're going to be doing live webinars on Tuesday and Thursday. You can also schedule a time with us. We're happy to do a walkthrough. This is something that's going to drastically make the view on the mobile way better, a lot cleaner, easier to see. So we're super excited, and as well as some big updates we have coming over the next couple weeks. So we thank you for being a CleanClaims client. If you have any questions, please reach out to support@cleanclaims.com, and we're happy to walk you through it.